The great mustaches have returned. What is up, guys? It's Apollo here, and we are back playing Napoleon Total War. This is a 4v4. We got a nice little historical matchup. We've got 4 armies of France versus a coalition of troops. So it's gonna be quite the show, quite exciting, and I hope you guys are sitting somewhere comfortable. You got some snacks, you got some drinks, whatever that may be. I got me some coffee next to me, so I've got my liquid of choice. I'm ready to sit back. I love the smell of coffee. I don't know, coffee just goes really nicely with Napoleon Total War. I don't know why. Maybe I should say more tea, you know? I mean, coffee, I don't know. I guess when you think of tea, you think of like British people, you know? Coffee, you think of... I think the French like their coffee like us Americans. Dark, like a tar. You know, that's how we drink it. Anyways, this is a cool map. It's got a little of everything. It's got hills, trees, cities, flat ground. It's going to be fun to see how this is going to play out. It looks like it's actually getting very aggressive over here. By the way, I know I somewhat mentioned the armies. We've got the French on this side. Then we have Prussia, Austria, and more Prussia. Did I say this was a 4v4? I think it's a 4v4. Oh, no, it's a 3v3. My bad. Or maybe I didn't mention that. I don't know. It's a 3v3, though. It seems like it's a 4v4 because Napoleon's just much larger scale compared to, like, Rome 2 and all the other games. So yeah, they're closing in. The French have set up a nice position over here on the far. This would be their far left flank. They got the Voltigeurs set up here, ready to kind of hold this slight slope. And then we have the Prussians who are pushing up some foot guard musketeers. So I wonder what the Prussians are kind of planning here. I don't see any artillery, which hurts my insides. Yeah, that hurts. I like seeing artillery, at least a max 2 artillery. Maybe avoid the like unicorn type units. Oh, look at this cav charge. I don't know where this is actually going. Oh, but he lays down the stakes right at the end there. Oh my god, what a Chad move right there. Oh my god, the Voltigeurs still might die here, but they made that situation way better than if they didn't place the stakes right at the last second. That was a ballsy play, but it pays off, and the Voltigeurs hold their ground. They did lose a considerable amount, but again, considering what just happened there, it could have been way worse. Then we have the Prussian lights kind of in the center here, in the very wooded area. The Prussian Fusiliers, they're kind of opening fire as well and trying to soften up as many French as possible. Now we've got some Austrians who are pushing forward. So we have Austria moving up, and they've got some French kind of out of position. They're kind of, well, it's Swiss Guard or whatever. It's Swiss foot. They're trying to move up and go through this building and rock. It's kind of caused a bit of a traffic jam, and now the Austrians are going to be able to really just release hell, like pour down hate on these Swiss foot. But there they go. They're going to quickly move forward and form battle lines. If they can do this, ooh, that's not looking good. They're looking the wrong way. I think it's just really glitchy over here. This is a tough spot. Yeah, the French are reorganizing their lines. They need to go. And sure enough, he is going. This is kind of a mass blob. They really need to organize correctly here. They're taking heavy casualties. The Swiss foot are, yeah, they're already down to 89 men. The fight over here is still continuing on as we have the Voltigeurs still opening fire. So let's go back over here. This is where it looks like it's getting the most spicy. So yeah, as I was saying before that epic cav charge into the stakes, I was mentioning I like to have some artillery because artillery was just so vital to this time period. You know, to not have artillery is criminal. What's that famous, oh my god, what is he doing? Oh, he's mass charging militia and Fusiliers of the line. Got to be careful with the double stacking here. This is going to lead to some friendly fire. Anyways, Napoleon said God is on whoever's side that has the most artillery. So yeah, it's an important aspect to this time period. Nice little charge here by the 5th Regiment of Hussars. I love the uniforms, by the way. God, I love the uniforms in this time period. It's just such a glorious time in human history, you know? Just epic music, epic uniforms, and most importantly, epic mustaches. Let's go. When are mustaches gonna make a comeback? Not the weird, like, pedo stash, the epic Chad stash, you know what I mean? Anyways, big push here by the German Fusiliers and the Hungarian Fusiliers. They are pushing hard against the French Fusiliers of line and militia. They should win this, but the French, of course, do have their secondary line, which are currently shooting in the backs of their own men, which is definitely not helping the morale. But yeah, this is getting spicy, guys. This is becoming a mess, and I love it. It's getting juicy. There's juices everywhere. It's nice. All right, so, I mean, I just imagine somebody listening to this, like, I imagine at least one of you guys is watching this video and someone else is in the room and you have it like on your speakers and they're probably thinking like, what the hell are you watching, dude? Like, what? This guy sounds like a moron. What are you watching? Are you watching porn or are you watching a battle? What's the difference? Am I right, guys? Anyways, yeah, the French, I think, were defeated in this little melee. And then we have the Austrians reorganizing. But the French lines have a nice setup here, the secondary line. So they're definitely putting down a lot of hate. Over here, there's a lot of cav kind of causing some issues for the French, so they need to rally some of their own cav. It looks like they have some dragoons nearby. They need to deal with this because if a cav force is unchecked, they can run down lines, they can run down skirmishers and do a lot of damage to your forces. So you got to make sure you maintain the battlefield and you maintain the enemy cav. The cav is falling back now. Let's go all the way to the other side here where there is a bold push by the French on the right flank, where the Prussians are kind of using the hill here. A nice little cav charge. We kind of missed it, but he is getting aggressive, looking for opportunities to do as much damage as possible against the Prussian forces over on this side. But the fact that he's stuck in square formation, oh, very nice. Look at this. He's going to clean up these grenadiers. Clean them up with this cav. This is the 5th Regiment of Hussars again, so good to see him again. Hello. Welcome to the other side of the battlefield. It's a different unit. It's not the same unit. There we go. Forming square. I love it. He's forcing his enemy. This is great, great plays here by this French player. Really good job. He's just forcing the Prussians to get into square, and by doing that, the lines are not going to be as effective in fighting in line battles. Honestly, he needs to get, well, I get it. I know why he's not breaking that square, because he's worried about the cav, but I think it's safe to say the cav's not going to charge you. Get back into line formation. Now, this is silly. I don't know. This is the second time we're seeing the French double stack. Unless these guys are just going to hold and they're not at fire at will, then they should be fine. Uh-oh. Okay, good. They're filling the gap here. I was just worried that you can't double stack infantry unless you don't have them at fire will. Here comes a big cav charge from the Austrians into the center lines, going after militia. Not a big deal, but you want to make sure this cav gets under control. The Austrian cav has been pretty tough to deal with. There's a lot of cav from the German coalition, I guess is what you could call them, or not really German, but you know, Germanic, whatever. This coalition of Germanish people. But yeah, things look how crazy. Look at all the bodies on the side already. This has been an intense fight, and I would say it's ever so slightly in favor of the Austrian forces. Now, back over on this side, we haven't really seen this flank. It's still at a bit of a standstill, where we have the Prussians just kind of unloading. They've got a lot of troops here in this tree line, where the French seem a little light on troops. And in fact, it looks like they're losing a lot of men as we speak. I'm going to go ahead and take a little coffee break here. It's still pretty hot. Don't want to burn the tongue. That's good, though. That's good. All right, so they're going to keep opening fire. They're still holding the ground. I'm worried about this French side. It seems like they're kind of getting handled here. Yeah, and here comes some French cav, though. Let's see. This might be big. These big cav charges. Another 5th Regiment of Hussars. They are everywhere. And sure enough, they do get a charge on these Windbuscher Jaegers. They get a good charge on them. That's actually pretty huge right there. That's a great payback. That's some good moves. Here comes another cav charge. Look at this. The French are finally pushing out their cav. They got the Chasseur of Cheval moving in and actually landing some great hits on these Grenzers, which I believe the Grenzers cannot form square, if I'm not mistaken, because they're like a light infantry. So this cav's going to go in, hit them up a little bit, and they're probably going to fall back. But look at this, another cav charge by the Chasseur of Cheval. But this time they run right into a square formation. Well done by the Austrian player who forms square with the Hungarian Fusiliers. So yeah, they might want to fall back the cav now. You don't want to throw your cav away, but they're just going and going. They're just going and going, and they break the Grenzers here. That was a huge push. Hold on, let's hold that thought though. Let's go back over here and see how this is progressing. I honestly think if the French are going to win this battle, this player needs to get stuff done. He needs to easily defeat the Prussian player here. And it looks like it's been a tough slugfest over on this side as, you know, he holds the hill. It's been really tough for him. But he needs to try to, at the very least, beat the Prussians. Beat the Prussians by himself. And then whatever he has left, he needs to send over this way because, yeah, this is looking pretty rough here for the French side, but it's far from over, of course. Far from over. The balance of power. Now, keep in mind, the balance of power in this game glitches out all the time. So this could be accurate, but it could not be accurate. But it definitely shows the French at a disadvantage currently. That's good. Yeah. But yeah, here we go. We got Hungarian Fusiliers pushing up, taking on the Chasseur Cheval. He just suicide charged him. And then look, we got a counter cav charge. This is why you want to keep some cav alive. I mean, I totally get it. That was a good charge on the Windbuscher Jaeger or whatever. But he just kept going in. He got the Grenzers. That was pretty good. But I think after a couple, you know, maybe a minute of fighting the Grenzers, he should have fallen back and preserved his cav because you always need cav. Cav is like the archers of siege battles in Rome too. You want to have them at all times, and you want to use them sparingly because cav, it can crush armies single-handedly in Napoleon if you're not paying attention. So I like to keep my cav. I try to keep my cav alive as long as possible. Whether that means, you know, I have 3 units, 1 unit, whatever I have, try to keep them alive. Unless there's a crazy situation where you can get off a really good cav charge on like artillery, and it's totally worth it if you suicide in. I just don't think it was worth it for the French to suicide in like that. But they did a ton of damage. Wow, look at this. The Austrians. Now that I see this, now that I see the destruction, maybe that cav charge was worth it. Austria is on its last leg. It completely shifted. Completely shifted. Now over on this side, the Prussians look like they're doing pretty well. Like I said, the Prussians look like they're taking control of this. This would be their right flank, the left flank of the French perspective. They've taken control of this hill, and that's a huge loss for the French player because, well, the high ground. You know, the high ground is gone. We've got Prussian cav in the back lines of the French lines, or the French army, you know, actually going for the general. This is the general staff under attack. And that could lead to some trouble. There you have it. They didn't kill the general, though. They're still trying to get it. Actually, no, he's going to go for the infantry instead. I like it. These are Old Guard who did not form square in time. That's a huge win for the Prussian cav. Yeah, killing the Old Guard is where it's at. If you can. You know, they're such a good unit. So there you go, guys. This is a nice... Well, now that I see the Austrians, they still have a considerable amount of forces. I don't know. This is close between these two guys. Over on this side, it looks like the French are kind of puttering out, if you know what I mean. They're just running out of gas, and they're really just feeling that hill right now. Their calves are sore. Their buttocks are sore from all of the climbing of the hill. And most importantly, what are those? Oh, is those grenadiers? Most importantly, the high ground has given the Prussians the advantage in firing. So it's been tough. It's been tough. Now the French over here have kind of made some ground here. Oh yeah, delicious coffee. There we go. So they're gonna fall back. They're running. I don't see the French winning this. I really don't. And they gotta be careful because I think they've got to fall back. I think it's time to fall back. Use this hill right here. Fall back to this hill and kind of make an L shape, or kind of go full Gettysburg here. Just fall back to this hill and try to hold it, because he's gonna be cut off. Like, if I was Austria, I'd play total defense mode, which it looks like he is. But I would also send like maybe 1 or 2 units over to help. I mean, if I was Prussia, I'd get aggressive as hell here. Like, you're winning this battle. Just counterattack, beat the French, and then send over troops to help Austria. That's what I would do. I like how aggressive the French player is being right now. Because I think in my mind, you know, you look on the center French army is probably looking left and right, and they're thinking, okay, well, it looks like both my allies are kind of losing their battles. So if I'm going to win this fight overall, I need to quickly take out the Austrians. And that way, you know, I can send help to my allies or be ready for the victors of my allies and try to win the battle overall. That's what I would be thinking at this time. And it does look like he is kind of going for that, because he is pushing pretty hard in the town. I like this setup here, this line that's kind of flanked around. Pretty good job there. Let's go back over here where you can see the Prussians are cleaning up what's left of the French. At this point, if you're the French player, what you want to do is just inflict as many casualties as possible. Maybe even send 1 or 2 units over to your ally to kind of set up as a flank force, like a counter flank force, I should say, that watches the flank. Oh my god, did they just break them there? Well done. Yeah, the Polish Legion, man. They're no joke. Look at those hats. I feel like those hats could kill someone just by the sharpness of those edges. The sharpness of the hat. But they're definitely putting up an epic last stand here for their French comrades. Their French brothers in arms. So there we go. They're really opening fire over on this side. We got a big push of French cav. Again, it seems a bit of a suicide charge here. Oh, I'm sorry. No, these are chasseurs are charging in. I'm not sure why, but they're getting cut down by Austrian cav and the Austrian general. What happened to all? I guess they shifted down here. All this infantry that was on the flank. Now they're moving up. I don't know, guys. I mean, Austria can easily win this. I mean, he's got the cav. Remember what I said. Having cav in the late stages of the game, that's huge. You can flank. You can do a lot of destructive things. You're fast moving. So I think Austria might have a chance. He's got his grenadiers in the back. Or no, these are fusiliers. But he's got reserves over here. He might want to move them up. I'm not sure why they're hanging back over there, because he's just letting his Hungarian fusiliers get focused down by so many lines of French infantry. I think he's falling back to his ally. Oh, there we go. The French have finally, the French are like, okay, we're not going to take this hill, so we're going to fall back. And he still has a good amount of troops left, you know, on the battlefield. So he can definitely recover. I definitely think this French army, though, is toast. You can see, oh no. Let's see, where was this? Oh, yeah, that's the French general who was fighting over here. I don't know why he was so far up. But yeah, this is GG for the French army on the right or left flank. This would be their left flank from their perspective. The right flank from the German coalition there. But yeah, they've cleared this out with a very healthy army. Relatively speaking, this army is untouched. They've got all their lights. They've got a ton of their infantry. They've got more lights over here. I think the only thing they don't have is cav. But they're gonna clean up the French. What's left? They got one more unit, and this is a major problem. The French need to win here somewhere. And there we go. Okay, good. The French are falling back, and they're gonna set up their Gettysburg. They're gonna set it up. And this is gonna be the last stand of the French. We got a general falling back to the hill as well. Very nice. All right, so we got some French cav making a move. Okay, I like how the French are like, whoa. Let's try to defeat the Austrians really fast. They're on the edge of defeat. Got the Empress Dragoons. Such an epic unit. They're going in. And they're actually going to get a good charge here. No, unfortunately, they formed square right at the last second. I thought they were too small to form a square. Oh, he charges in the general. Look at this counter charge by the Austrians. I like it. Maybe he was thinking, oh, he's going to be so focused with the Empress Dragoons, he's not going to pay attention. But he does get some square formations here. But this is going to be kind of a big loss for the Austrians because they're going to lose their cav here, if I'm not mistaken. They're on the verge of breaking, but they don't break. In fact, well, there they go. They break the Empress Dragoons, though, unfortunately. And now the Austrians are calling it quits here. And this is where artillery would be key, right? Like when you have, this is why I love artillery. And I understand why people don't like artillery, because for some stupid reason they gave artillery unlimited ammo. All right, now I definitely think the artillery in this game should have a lot of ammo, but definitely not unlimited, because what happens is that, one, when you don't have artillery, it's harder to deal with hill campers. And again, I'm not really calling these guys hill campers. A hill camper, in my opinion, is someone who camps the hill from the very start and never leaves the hill. These guys definitely attacked. They were aggressive. They've now fallen back to the hill because it's their only chance of trying to win this one. It's their only chance. And look, he's even pushed up from the hill a little bit because he sees an advantage. He's scaring off the musketeers. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward here a bit, guys, because I'm pretty sure we're going to just wait. What the Germans and the Austrians are going to do here is that they're just going to group up first, and then once they're all together, they're going to make a huge push. This is going to be an epic last stand for the French army. I still think they have enough to win the day. But the balance power is not looking too good, to be honest. But they might have a chance to win here. It really just depends on how good these players are with dealing with a hill defense. You know, how good are they gonna? How are they gonna do? And basically, excuse me. Basically, I'm like slurring over here. What you want to do is you want to stretch out your men. Well, not stretch them out, but you want to push the limits of these hill defenders. You want to try to get some troops around here and just troops around here and try to push on all sides, because you have the numbers advantage. They don't. That's why they've fallen back. So try to use your numbers against them. And oh, actually, okay, here we go. We're starting off here. The Austrians are moving in very recklessly. I was going to make an edit there, but I guess not. We're going in. I did not expect this. This is definitely a mistake that the French could capitalize on if they could chew up this Austrian line, which are like super stacked on each other. I don't know if they're going to cause friendly fire. There they go. They're falling back. They do get a couple kills, but nothing really. And now the Prussians have moved up their musketeers. And okay. All right, guys. So I did make a little edit there. Finally, the largest Prussian army is going in for the kill right now. Austria is now moving in at a much better time with the Prussians. These Prussians need to move in as well. He's got a lot of troops in the back here. Look at this. A lot of cav. Ooh, this cav could be so useful in this current situation. So Prussia needs to gather up his forces here. Like, he needs to put them together, organize his army, because it's a mess right now. And your allies are going in. Like, hello, Prussia over here. You need to help. Now, thankfully, he does have some units kind of pushing, but this is it, guys. This is the epic last stand for the French army. And there's just something so cool about last stands in Napoleon Total War. You know, when you're outnumbered, you're outgunned, and you fall back to a defensive position and you hope for the best. We got some Old Guard over here, a very nasty unit. It's really refreshing to see Old Guard. They are going to butcher these 1st Regiment Emperor Zone, mostly because they're depleted. And, you know, the Old Guard are better. Prussian Fusiliers going in, screaming and everything. We've got some more Old Guard. So now that I see the French army in more detail, they've got some really good units over here. So I think they can still win this. There we go. Now they're opening fire. Oh my God! Opening fire on this side. It's been a long day, guys. All right. Oh man, corn pop. All right. So more flank over here with the musketeers. Good cav charge in the back lines. This is what they need to do. Oh, I love these guys. These guys have sick uniforms. Freikorps. Love the Freikorps. The French setting up here, trying to do something. I don't know what they're doing. I guess they're just like, I don't know. It's working though. The Freikorps needs to get in there and push. They're gonna break though. Yeah, they're gonna break before they break these French infantrymen. All right, so more troops moving in. National Guard, you've got Swiss Foot moving around the flank because Prussia's playing it smart. He's, like I said, kind of really pushing hard on the flanks, using his numbers to the advantage, and then maintaining the fight on the front line, keeping all these French troops in line, in check. Ferocious gunfight is unraveling right before our eyes. I think I'm having a stroke, guys. I think I'm having a stroke. All right, so they're pushing up. Prussian Fusiliers. They still have troops in the back here. Holy crap, dude! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units of cav just sitting there. Okay. All right. Okay. This is ludicrous. This is insane. Think about the damage he could be doing right now. Look at the smoke here. It looks sick. But think about the damage he could be doing right now by just not even charging in and getting kills, but forcing the French to form square formation. You know, forcing them into a tough situation. They could do so much damage and they're just sitting back there. Tragic. It's still looking really good. The balance of power, though, has shifted a little bit more in favor of the French. But it's still greatly in favor. And look at the Prussians are falling back. They're probably frustrated. They're like, whoa, hey, Prussian counterpart, can you like do something here? So we'll go ahead and fast forward a little bit as more Prussians, like now he's pushing this side. What is this? Now he's pushing this side, you know, and his allies called it off. His ally needs a breather here as his forces are, oh my God, they're just misfiring. That's what they're doing. They're misfiring and they're just not having good organization, good communication. The Austrians are pretty much out of the game except for the general. And now we've got the Old Guard charging these. Yeah, force them down, like crush them right here. They're isolated. Kill these Prussians. Kills the Prussians. By myself, and he still has all this line infantry, but he needs the cav support. He needs it, and there we go. He just crushed them there. So this is now fair game. Like this unit, these two units, since they defeated the opponents in front of them, are going to be able to shift their units around and reinforce other sides of the battle. So I would take these two units and face them this way. And here we go. The other Prussian army's moving in again. We'll do some fast forwarding here.
One of our units has used all its ammunition.
As they move up. There we go. So yeah, they're getting fired upon. Musketeers just getting shredded right now. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. It's like this Prussian player did a good job on defense. He held this hill, but now on the attack, he just seems to just be struggling, which is okay. He can still get it done here, but it's definitely made this this battle much closer than it should have been. And I'm not saying like the French have this in the bag, or I'm not saying that the Prussians have this in the bag. Actually, the French could still win this. I just think that they shouldn't be in this spot where they are now. We'll go ahead and fast forward again. This is a really bizarre attack, and I think we're seeing a lot of bayonet charges from the French. One, they're either trying to conserve ammo or they're out of ammo. There we go. They defeat another Prussian unit. And they're going to reform here. And look at this. Look at this. What's the old Napoleon tactic there? Divide and conquer. March divided, fight united. That's kind of what's happening here. The French are fighting united. The Prussians are divided. This is a classic Napoleon strat here. Defeat the armies before they group up. That's all he did. He was fast moving and he just beat them before they could group up. And that's what's happening here. He's defeating this Prussian side before the other Prussian side groups up. Honestly, at this point, I think he's AFK. Like, he's got to be at this point. There's no way he's got units. I mean, unless these guys broke in return. Like, what are they looking at? What are you looking at? There's nobody over there. It is what it is. It is what it is. The French here are getting flanked upon. That's a good flank right there. Very good flank. The Austrian general's getting focused down. I don't know what he's supposed to do. And now we've got a push here. Look at this. A charge of Fusiliers of Line and Old Guard and a general. They're pushing out because I think they want to defeat this Prussian army before the other one shows up. God, the Old Guard. They're glorious.
One of our units has used all its
So, very nice push. Now the Prussians are pushing again. Prussia needs to get in this fight. And not only they've got, like, he's backing up now. Why are you backing up? Does he not see it? The French are so focused on this side that these Prussians could easily push their infantry. Look at, they got nothing. Young Guard, Old Guard, Fusiliers of the Line. I mean, they're scary units, but they're depleted. Push these units in. Get the cav in. Get the cav going. I can't believe it. It's like the French paid off the cavalry general or whatever. You know, like, what the heck? There we go. He's finally sending them in. That is insane. I want to know the reasoning behind that. What was the thought process behind that? So the French are now falling back. They did a pretty good job there. I think they're going to try to make their defensive area smaller so they can hold with what troops they have left. They've kind of made a circle here. This is the last stand, guys. And look at these guys. These guys are really close. Musketeers, finally, he's pushing units up. And look at what he's doing. He's shredding. He's shredding the Young Guard. But this sixth infantry is not going to be having it. They're charging them. I wonder if the Young Guard's going to countercharge to help out. It looks like they are, but they are taking losses. They're going to try to line up and fire, it looks like. Let's see. No? Yes? I think it would have been better for them to just charge. I don't know what they're doing, but they're not getting anything done. Now we've got Fusiliers of the line moving up as well. Oh my god, what is the cav doing, dude? Oh no. I thought the cav was going in. I was like, where's the cav? It's sitting there. It's still sitting there. I don't think the French can win this regardless. I know it's tough to say, but the French need a miracle here. I think they need to kill a general, cause a mass rout. I mean, they still have a sizable force, but seeing everything that's left, Fusiliers charging into these musketeers. They're really trying to take him out. He's not on a date, you know, they're trying to take him out for good. Good night, sweet prince. General staff charging in. Not really getting anything done there. We got a general battle, general v general. Austria's not having it though, he's trying to escape. Doesn't look like there is an escape for him because there's more Frenchmen. Oh, no, these are Prussians. These are Prussians, so he's safe. He's safe. Now the French are going for a bold charge here. The old guard making a charge. Oh my god. Yeah, I think that's game, guys. Looking at what the French have left, it's amazing. I mean, like, the battle came as close as it did. All right, now the French are kind of massing here. I mean, the only hope the French have is charging and causing a mass rout. That's it. And like consolidating all of your forces. Now they killed a general. I think that was the Austrian general, so it wasn't even a big deal because his army's gone. And we've got a charge over on this side. But this is, well, it's Old Guard. They could win, but they're heavily depleted. And they're going to get charged. Oh, no, the general's over here. Yeah, and then here's finally, the cav for the Prussians are moving in to take all the glory. And there you have it, guys. That's going to be the battle. So, a very valiant stand there by the French. This is a pretty decisive victory for the Prussian and Austrian side. It would have been I would say this battle would be 10 minutes faster if the Prussian player charged in with this cav. But look at Austria here getting 2,000 kills, just killing it. Really good job. So that was a great battle. I think this was sent in by, oh, it's one of these players. I don't know. Let's see if we look at, I think it was, I don't think it was probably Empire here who sent this in, but I appreciate it because it's not clear. I appreciate the battle replay. This was a great fight. I really enjoyed it. It's good to be back doing some Napoleon, and hopefully we can get some more. If you guys got any epic Napoleon replays, send them into the Discord. That's where I found this one. So thank you guys so much for joining me. This was a lot of fun, and I will see you next time on the battlefield.